3 days or less. 3 days or less if you do it right. And if you persist in this, then you should have no problem getting your SP back. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Taj and I'm back today with some more free tea. So as you guys read by the title, I want to do a short video on how to manifest your SP with ease. All you need is this one simple technique that you need to stick to like white on rice, and you will have your SP in no time. So just keep on watching. But when it comes to manifesting your SP, we all know that everyone is you pushed out. And Neville says that what we want to see and experience externally, we must first see and experience internally, meaning what we whisper in secret about our SP or about our circumstances is what we will see reflected or echoed back to us in our 3D reality. So in order to change the 3D circumstances, we must first change our inner conversations. So the easiest and fastest way I've been able to manifest my SP, anytime we've been in like any sort of separation or non-communication, I've been able to manifest them back with this one simple technique, and it is all using your inner conversations and mental diet. So every time you think about your SP, you want to flip the thought as though it's them thinking about you. So for example, if I am home and I'm cleaning up or I'm washing dishes or something, and I think about my SP, like, and I think like, oh, why hasn't he called me, or why haven't I heard from him? I immediately start an inner conversation with myself as though he has called me, or as though he has called me and said, hey babe, I was just thinking about you, haven't reached out to you in a while, just seeing how you were doing. And I respond back in my mind and I'm like, oh wow, I was just literally sitting here thinking about you, like wondering where you are. He's like, yeah, I'm working, I'm doing this. And I'm like, okay, babe, well, I appreciate you for checking on me, this, that, and the third. What I'm saying is you want to flip your thoughts. So if you think about your SP and one of your thoughts is, oh my gosh, I love them so much. Imagine that they're actually saying to you that they love you so much. You just received a text and they're like, oh babe, I love you so much. You're like, oh, I love you too. I miss you too. Or if you find yourself missing your SP, flip it and make it seem like it's them missing you. Oh babe, you miss me, I miss you too. Like, oh my gosh, I have inner conversations all the time with my SP as though we are really having a real conversation all the time. Like I ask him, and I play, this is also you playing both roles, okay? So in your mind, you're going to hold inner conversations. You're going to be your SP and you're also going to be you. So you think about your SP and you're like, babe, I miss you so much. Can't wait to do X, Y, and Z. Can't wait to watch movies. Can't wait to hang out, this, that, and other. And you're like, oh babe, me too. And you imagine them, if you find yourself stalking their social media or something like that, immediately stop. Immediately no. And because stalking their social media is you implying that you don't have your SP. You always want to keep yourself in a state of knowing that you already have your SP. You're not manifesting your SP. You're not figuring out what they're doing because you're in a loving relationship with them. You know exactly what's going on because you are carrying everything on up here. And soon it will harden into fact and reflect back to you in your 3D reality. So what I'm saying is the easiest thing you guys need to do to manifest your SP is simply flip all the thoughts and feelings that you have towards them and imagine them having these thoughts and feelings towards you and receive it. So you're receiving this energy and these thoughts and these feelings that you have for them. You're receiving it as though they're having it for you, and you're responding back to these feelings in your mind. So if you're like I said, if you're missing your SP, imagine that your SP just texted you or called you and said, hey babe, I miss you. Like, oh, I miss you too. I was literally just sitting here thinking about how I missed you and how I haven't spoken to you. Like, how are you? Da, 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 da. You want to make it, and you also want to make it as realistic as possible. So what I'm saying kind of is be delusional. If you want to be delusional when manifesting your SP, it has worked for me like a charm, chef's kiss, okay? So literally carrying on mental conversations with your person as though you guys are already in a loving relationship, period. And I promise you it will work. The biggest thing you want to do is turn your thoughts and feelings. You want to flip it as though it's their thoughts and their feelings onto you, and you're just receiving all this good energy. So when you have thoughts, when you have feelings, imagine that that's them having thoughts and feelings about you, and you're receiving it saying, oh, thanks, babe. I love you too. Oh, I miss you too. Oh, I'm so glad you checked on me. I was just about to check on you. Things like that. Have these loving conversations with your SP in your mind, and I promise you guys, 3 days or less. 3 days or less if you do it right. And if you persist in this, then you should have no problem getting your SP back. And the reason why persistence is so important is because for so long, your old story about your SP, and the reason why your 3D circumstances seem to be in shambles is because your old story is on autopilot in your subconscious. It keeps playing back. So regardless of how often you do affirmations or you do this and you do that, at some point you stop and you go back to the old story. So it's very important to persist. The longer you persist, the more it hardens into fact, and you are imprinting it onto your subconscious. So therefore, the new story will be on autopilot. This is the goal. The goal is for your new story to be on autopilot, running in the subconscious, so that it's just natural. It's normal. These are natural, normal thoughts and feelings that you have about your SP, and soon it will all harden into fact. So this is the reason persistence is so important. So I'm telling you guys, no matter what the 3D is showing you, persist in your inner conversations with yourself, with your SP, with your best friend in your mind about your SP. Create these inner conversations that imply that you are already in a loving relationship with your SP. And I promise you guys, if you do this and persist in it, it will work for you. So that's all I have for you guys today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm sending you guys nothing but peace, love, and blessings. Happy manifesting.